Legends await, so dubs on the run. No turtle is safe when he's on the hunt. Witness the sack, just give it a rub. Cause who knows what you'll find. Toy hunting with Dub.
Hello friends, and welcome to a Thursday surprise. Thursday bonus edition of whatever with Big Dub. Before we get started, don't forget to use the hashtag bigdubsqueeze. Remember, in July, you can win just straight cash in your PayPal to help with rising costs of everything, fuel cost, toy cost, mortgage cost, whatever. So don't forget to use the hashtag bigdubsqueeze. The way you enter, because some people message me and say, I don't understand how to enter. Why don't you ever pick me as the winner? It's always random. You can use the hashtag bigdubsqueeze, like I've put before, and you just list one positive thing that you've done for yourself today on your wellness. Fitness is not the right word. Wellness journey, mental, physical, emotional. Otherwise, that's all you got to do. Use the hashtag bigdubsqueeze on every video that I post in the month of July. Then what I do at the end of the month, I use a random picker to pick which videos are going to be the videos that we pick the winner from, and then I use a random comment picker, so it's entirely random. And if we get a duplicate winner, which we've only had happen once, I think, I'll select another one. The duplicate winner will win a prize as well, but we'll give a new one. So we're starting over in July, so there's no duplicate winners. We gave away, I don't remember, I counted it up, whatever it was, 35, 40 prizes in the first 6 months of the year. So that's all you have to do. Very simple. Just use hashtag bigdubsqueeze. And the more videos you enter and you use that, the more positive things you do for yourself, the more chances you have to win. But that's enough of that for now. Also, we are at 4,900 subscribers. We are 100 away from a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I've got $500 plus prize packages to give away. I'll announce how we're going to give those away once we get to 5,000 subscribers. I would really like it if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And in that, all you gotta do is subscribe, and then there'll be rules about how to win. It won't be terribly complicated, and it'll be to help others, not to help me. So I want to give that stuff away and get it out of my garage. It's taking up space in my garage that I need to put other things in, so I'd like to give that stuff away. Please subscribe if you haven't. And also, in the link below, you see my Big Bad Toy Store link. If you'll click at it, look at things, whatever, it really helps the channel. I just heard from them yesterday. They have increased yet again for the month of, going into the month of July. Their participation with bigdubsqueeze and the giveaways and everything. So that's 2 straight months that they've increased both months. That means a lot of you are using it for pre-orders, using it to window shop, using it to buy things. I use my own link, of course. But now if you use other people's links, I know a lot of my friends have links and other folks, don't stop using theirs. Use theirs. It's just an easy thing to do if you don't use anybody's. You can help give back to the channel just by using the link or just browsing it. You know, when you're sitting around doing whatever, looking at toys, browsing it. Now, the reason we're here today on this Thursday bonus edition is it's the end of the first 6 months. We've done kind of a reflection with bigdubsqueeze. We've talked about a lot of our journeys, but I haven't really done anything with figures. So I thought I'd do a mid-year top 10 of figures for me, for Big Dub. And, you know, I don't focus a lot on toys, although you could say I do because I do so many toy hunt videos right now for bigdubsqueeze. But primarily my channel, as you all know, is about positivity and mental health and trying to get physically better and one step better, and a lot of family time. Like a lot of the stuff you see on my ongoing series on Sundays, Dub Life, is family-based things. Whatever we're doing, it's vlog, it's a lifestyle. My lifestyle just happens to have a lot of toys in it. So I haven't focused a ton on figures in a lot of the videos, but I still collect plenty of stuff, get way too much stuff. That adds up, and I do have a top 10 for the first half of the year, which I try to do. Sometimes I've done a top 10 every quarter. I definitely do a top 10 every year, but I try to do mid-year. Otherwise, it becomes really challenging to remember everything and see what I have. Come on, puppy. I got Rufus here with me. Hopefully he doesn't bark because he hears those outside dogs barking. If he barks, we'll take a little break. He's really right at my feet. That's a good boy. Good boy. So, there's the growl. He doesn't like them. So, I thought I'd do a top 10 figures of the year so far. My rules for my top 10 are, it has to be something I purchased myself. It has to be something that I got in this calendar year and has to have released somewhere in this calendar year. So sometimes I buy old stuff and it is not released this calendar year. Now, things that are right on the border, for instance, things that come out in December, sometimes you don't get till January, February. I count it for the year I received it. So there's going to be several figures here that were on other people's top 10 list last year, but they got them early. They got them directly from a company or whatever. I got mine this year. That's the year I count it. And so I have to have bought it. It has to be something I collect, and it has to have come out this year. Pretty simple rules. I also have to have got it through like traditional means, meaning through a pre-order that's been fulfilled through a normal company, not through any type of obscure giveaway, whatever, like something that isn't generally available to the public. So that's pretty straightforward, I think for that. I try to keep those rules pretty tight just so I can kind of control the sprawl of everything I'm looking at, because I get so many things. I think that helps. So we're going to go start at number 10, go all the way down to number 1. I think those of you that watch what I collect, there won't be many surprises in here, maybe one. But let's start off. And as I'm talking about it, I'm going to have the figure in my hand, but then also I'll try to find some pictures online of the figure. I'll take a picture or two myself, and we'll have those pictures going as well. So number 10 is from Neca. It is the Toon line, and it is Toka. It is Toka. So this guy, I know a lot of people don't have it yet, so maybe he violates the rules. It was like in the Haulathon through the online costumes.com version of Haulathon that was supposedly only for international customers, but they allowed domestic orders, whatever. That's how I ordered him. I ordered him, one for me and one for David, directly through the costumes.com Haulathon, and it shipped. And it came right in. So Toka and Razor was the 2-pack. Toka is my favorite of the two. And as I'm sitting here realizing I can just hold them up and show it to you, I don't think I'm going to put any pictures. I don't think I need to, because I can just show them to you. I can get real close to the camera. He comes with a lot of accessories. I don't even remember what all they come with. I like him more than the Razor because of the color. That color, this kind of neon, like highlighter yellow, like a light highlighter yellow, really works on the shelf. Then that Neca TMNT shelf, the cartoon shelf, is second only to the Dragon Ball shelf in terms of colors and pops and the way it looks. I think he adds really well. And he's not just a repaint either. He might be kind of a repaint of Slash, I guess. But he's certainly, the movie ones are way bigger than these guys. I know these are hard to get. They sell for a lot on eBay. They'll come out in Target eventually. I don't know why NECA's so silent on them, and that's a different conversation. But that is the number 10 figure, Neca Toon, Toka. I don't actually have a lot of affinity for Toka in the cartoon line. I don't remember them being in the cartoon. I remember being disappointed when they were in the movie and it wasn't Bebop and Rocksteady, but I do not remember them being in the cartoon. But he has that drumstick. I think that's cool. Anyway, that is the number 10. Now, number 9, a figure I got. That figure I got pretty early. Several of these I got pretty early. So Haulathon was like March. This I got in January. So it would have been in the top 10 last year, if not. But it's the G.I. Joe Classified Series Alley Viper. I have a lot of this figure, a lot of this Alley Viper. I really enjoy the G.I. Joe Classified Series line. I've thought about backing off of it because honestly they're putting out a lot of pre-orders and not a lot of figures, and I'm just getting tired of collecting pre-orders. That's just the reality of it, especially paying full pre-orders. Right now, as we're talking, there's the His Tank HasLab. I haven't backed it yet. I know I'm going to back it. I may back it for $5, but I'm so tired of giving companies money and not getting a product for 2 years. I'm just tired of it, right? And, right now with all the things that are going on in the economic climate, I'm not in a hurry to give away money that I may not see a return on for a period of time, or my product or whatever. There is also Super 7 just put out the glow-in-the-dark 4 Turtles. That's a Super 7 exclusive, which means you got to pay in full up front. If it had been Big Bad, it's different. You can, put your order on it. You got to pay in front. Another thing you got to distribute money on ahead of time. There is the Mattel Creations Mega Construct Snake Mountain coming out tomorrow. That another thing you're going to have to pay in full ahead of time, I believe. I've never backed anything on Mattel Creations, but I believe it works the same way as HasLab. And then there is the Dende and Perunga Figuarts for Dragon Ball, which I don't know if it's Premium Bandai, it hasn't released yet, but that'll be a pay in full upfront thing, or if it's Tamashi Web and you have to get it from Anime Export, it's the same pay in front, And if I look at all those, I get 2 of all the Super 7 figures. 1 I keep in package. I plan to get them all graded one day. 1 to seal. That's $500 there. If I get 5 his tanks, you know, that's whatever, $1,500. You know, the Dende is like $250 Perunga. The Snake Mountain's $300. It's $2,000 that I would pay out and not get anything back. And I just went on a little rant, but I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, the Alley Viper, a wonderful figure I have a bunch of. I like the way that G.I. Joe Classified gives you a place to put all their accessories, whether the backpack or the holsters on his arm. Really, really great figure. I love the armor builders from G.I. Joe Classified, and that one is one of my favorites. So that's number 9, the Alley Viper. Coming at number 8, back to NECA TMNT. I don't know that this will be on a lot of people's lists, but it is the NECA, also got there in Holophon, the NECA TMNT comic version Fugitoid. Now, I don't know that NECA can make another version because I don't think he was ever in anything. Super 7 can make a Fugitoid because there was a Playmates toy. But this Fugitoid, I really, really like. I love the shading, the comic-based shading on him. He came with cool accessories. He has the hand trap, which I think you can put on the turtles. He's got some Triceraton guns, which makes me think they're going to certainly release comic-based Triceratons. It's just a really cool figure, kind of bendy wire in the arms and legs. Not the most articulated thing, but he looks great. And I have a lot of nostalgia to begin with for Fugitoid and for the Ninja Turtles comics. So I grew up as a Ninja Turtles fan, as you all know. Had a full run of Playmates from the original Softhead 10 backs all the way through to 93, I think. So I had a mock scratch, a mock. I had a graded AFA scratch, 85. The whole run, carded and loose. And as you all know, I sold those to pay for my graduate school. But the comic book of Turtles was like the naughty thing that I didn't get to do much of as a kid, right? Because it was more adult. Comic books were not the easiest to come by, at least in my household. So I had the toys and the cartoon, but I knew there was the comic book, and you'd see a little bit about it. And like you got the Fugitoid toy, and you know where it came from. So I've actually been reading back through the comics this year. I have the first like 6 or 8 trades of the original run. And the Fugitoid Triceraton story in space, really, really good. So I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited. The Ultrams and all that they're coming out with. I think it looks great. I'm excited for the comic book line. So that is number 8, is Fugitoid. Number 7, we depart away from that stuff to imports for the first time. This is the Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Krillin, adult Krillin. This is the new version, just came out. So Krillin has not had a lot of releases from Figuarts, and they need more. There's certain characters that if you're doing a by saga display like I have, you need like more Krillins and more Tiens. You get a decent amount of Piccolos, you get plenty of Goku and Vegeta and Gohan, but not enough Krillin. So this is only the second adult Krillin. The first one was a Tamashii Web exclusive years ago, 7-8 years ago, I think. And actually held up for a while and was very expensive on the aftermarket to get. This figure is so far superior. So far superior. Better articulation, good body, good solid body, no wobbly. The Destructo Disc effect is much cooler on this. And he comes with the Sensu Bean hand, which I have him displayed as, which is awesome. You could use on a lot of different characters. You can put that hand on him. I think that's really good. I don't know if... So there's the Android 18 comes with the extra Krillin head. The original Android 18. I don't know if that fits on this body or not. I haven't tried that. This is the one I have displayed with my with like the Universe team, like the top 10 with Beerus and Whis, like they're about to go into the Universe tournament. So all of them I have relatively neutral, like they're getting ready to go into battle. But he's really good, and he's pretty low cost. He's not as low cost as like the $35 ones that we have, and like that $35 Frieza, 4-form Frieza that just came out. I thought about putting on the list. But that feels more like a repaint than this guy. This guy is a true reissue or a true update. And Krillin's a character a lot of people want. I highly recommend that figure. A caveat to my rules, you won't see any, I don't think you'll see any true reissue on here. For instance, the most recent Mythic Legions All-Star Wave, with, I think it had the Stone Troll in that. I picked that up. That wave's great. That Stone Troll's great. But they're all basically reissues, right? The All-Stars are all reissues of figures that have already come out. And then the Troll, the Stone Troll just has an alternate head. So that Stone Troll is wonderful. It would definitely be on this list, but I don't do reissues of previous year things. I try to stick to brand new items for the current year. And I don't think there's been any other Mythic Legions that have come out this calendar year yet. Maybe the horse, and if so, I might need to correct that later. But the All-Star wave is the wave that I picked up directly from them. Now there is a new wave that just showed up in their warehouse that should be showing up in the next month or two. So you'll probably see some Mythic Legions as we go forward. So that is 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 6, we go to Super 7 for the first time. One of my favorite lines to collect. And that is the Super 7 Moomra, the ever-living, which also comes with Mamut, his puppy. I got my puppy at my feet right now, Mamut. So this figure probably could have been number 1 if it hadn't taken so long to come in. Plus, it's, the story is the Super 7 factory that Wave 1 and 2 of Thundercats was made at is a Mattel factory. And they were, working through it. It's a factory I guess they used for Master Universe Classics, whatever the case is. And they got downgraded because Mattel made a huge Jurassic World order, I'm imagining, for the movie that just came out a couple years ago. And they wanted to get all these dinosaurs out that we see on the shelves right now, and the Hammond collection, all that stuff. And so this Wave 2 of Thundercats, which came out after Wave 4, got seriously downgraded by that factory. Super 7 moved to another factory, so forth and so on. So this wave actually has a lot of defects, has a lot of issues, things not colored correctly, whatever. And it seems like there's not much they can do about it from that regard, because that factory is in a bad business relationship with Super 7 right now and pushed them to the side and said, we're doing more business with Mattel, whatever the case may be. So this figure probably could have been number 1. I still think it's great. Mumra, the Ever-Living, certainly one of my iconic 80s villains. It's got soft goods and like a bendy wire cape. I think there's bendy wire in there. A lot of cool accessories. He doesn't have the sword I thought he'd come with, but he's huge. I mean, you can see him here compared to these guys. He's huge and probably a most anticipated figure. I think it's pretty similar to the Matty Collector one. I've never had that one, but I would think it's probably pretty similar. But I love that Super 7 Thundercats line. We went from only one, like a set of 4 figures, to like 12 pretty quickly, 16 pretty quickly, or 15. Plus we've had the Mumra exclusive, Glow in the Dark from New York Comic Con. My Chitara is in the pile of loot. It also came from, Wave 3 that got messed up? I don't know. Super 7 Thundercats has been confusing, but that figure is a great figure. And I would highly recommend picking him up. And he's huge on your shelf. Now, coming in at number 5, I think this may surprise a few people just because this IP hasn't had a presence in my collection much, really, since my fire sale. So it may be surprising, but anybody that's held this figure knows that it isn't surprising. It's from 3-0, one of my favorite companies. I get a lot of their 6-scale stuff. Their 6-scale G.I. Joe's great. The Arctic Storm Shadow almost made this list. They make the Walking Dead stuff that I collect. They make the Game of Thrones stuff I collect. I really enjoy what 3-0 is doing. And what they are doing with the Iron Man Marvel license right now is incredible. And this is number 5, the 3-0 Hulkbuster. I guess Iron Man Mark 44, I think it is. 45, I don't remember which mark it is. This one is. I think it's a, let's see, 45, 40. Yeah, I think it's a 44 Hulkbuster is considered. And from Age of Ultron, and this is just an absolutely incredible figure. The articulation scheme on it is amazing. You get all kind of range of movement, and let's see if I can show you that. So you see, it's hard to see. You see, the machining moving out of the way as you articulate it. Lights up. You can open it up. I'm not going to do all that for this video. You can open him up and put the 3-0 Iron Man Mark 43. Is that right? Inside of him, where it looks like he's coming out. So I've owned all of the import Hulkbusters. I had the Mafex one, which is not good. I had the SH Figuarts, this version, which was really good, but very, very fragile. Pieces would fall off of it all the time, and it would be very challenging sometimes to even move. You'd just be scared to move it at all. And then I had the Figuarts Mark 50, the one from Infinity War. That figure was not great. It was more of a, just like the Hot Toys, like a power pose type of thing. Not the greatest setup at all. I wouldn't really recommend that, especially for the cost. This guy is much cheaper than any of those. I think he's $250. He may be sold out by now, but he's wonderful. He's wonderful. And I do still have a tiny Marvel collection. It's not big, and I think it's all imports. Now, we have the Legends collection. That's Kaya's. That we keep at the front, where we have one of each MCU figure of Marvel Legends. But for me, you know, things I want to take pictures with, I'm collecting the Sentinel Into the Spider-Verse figures, and that Peter B. Parker was pretty close to making this list. Probably should have made this list if I'm honest. And I've been grabbing the Mafex MCU figures. I've got the Thor from Endgame. I've got the Cap from Endgame. I'll have the Iron Man from Endgame. I'm going to get the Loki. A few of those. I have a Spider-Man, Mafex Spider-Man, and that's really it. So a little bit of MCU imports, just so I can mess around with, take pictures with, play with. They're a very small shelf. It wouldn't even be a full Detolf. But I still have a minimal MCU collection, no 6-scale Marvel. But, you know, most of that is just not my affinity. You see, my affinity is really 80s toys, you know, Turtles, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Dragon Ball stuff. And then we do a lot of collecting with the family. So, you know, anime things that we watch together. Natalie just got us the Iron Studios King Shark. You'll see that in an upcoming video. That thing's great. So my collecting is just different. You know, the boom of the MCU and Star Wars. Neither of those were really my favorite IPs growing up. You know, Marvel Comics. In fact, I liked DC more than Marvel and always have. But comic books are always secondary to Thundercats, to Masters of the Universe, to G.I. Joe, to Turtles. So I'm really trying to stay away from the comic books as much as possible. But some of these things like this guy, I had to get. I mean, he's great. I still have my Hot Toys Hulkbuster, of course. I said no 6-scale Marvel. I'm not buying much 6-scale Marvel. I still have my Hall of Armor. I still have my Hot Toys Hulkbuster. I have Infinity War Thor. I have Vision. I did actually buy the worthy Captain America, but very minimal. You know, maybe 1 or 2 figures a year on the Marvel Hot Toys. So anyway, Hulkbuster. He's really good. I don't know if he's still in stock in Big Bad Toy Store. If he is, maybe I'll find a link and link him up, but I think he's probably sold out. He's great. He's great. When you consider what the prices of some things have got, this guy at $250 is wonderful. Now let's move into the final 4. And number 4, we go back to Neca. And it is the Neca cartoon Antrax figure. This guy is just absolutely amazing. Probably the greatest in my opinion. I'm going to move this Hulkbuster out of the way. So it gets in the way a little bit. Forearm figure that maybe has ever made. Look at the detail. He can hold all 4 weapons. He can also stash a weapon back there. Look at his tail, his stinger, whatever it may be. I remember really liking the Antrax toy growing up. I don't remember Antrax in the cartoon itself. I have no recollection of him being in it, but I loved that toy. So a lot of the NECA cartoon, like Ground Chuck, Dirtbag, I don't remember. I think some of them are just from 1 or 2 episodes or like one big special or something. I don't remember them in the cartoon. I don't know that I made it that far in the cartoon. I probably only made it through the first few seasons before I started playing football or something like that. I was doing something different. But the toys I remember, and I don't know how they got out first, or maybe I missed the cartoon. I don't know. I collected the toys longer than I watched the cartoon. I do remember that. Maybe it was kind of in secret and didn't want my football teammates to know. But that is what was going on, you know. So anyway, he's got a lot of cool weapons. He comes in the pack with Scumbug. Scumbug's also really good. But this guy is exceptional. So the NECA cartoon Antrax, I see him from time to time at Target. I never saw him widely released. All my NECA stuff I'm getting when they do the pre-orders right now. And I have a NECA comic, NECA Toon, but no NECA movie figures this time around. I'm trying to think. The April Casey 2-pack, that's certainly not deserving of being on the list for me. I don't know if there's been any other. I mean, Danny came in. That's not deserving of any of this for me. I did get the Loot Crate, like Shredder with the claws. That's a comic version. Yeah, it's fine. That Donnie the Dark Turtle will be on there, but that's not movie. There's not been a lot of movie things recently that have done it for me, but the cartoon line is still going strong. So Antrax, is number 4. Number 3, we go to our next Super 7. I love this figure. Super 7, Casey Jones. I just love it. I love the way it looks. I love the nostalgia. It is so good, like the original toy was. And that toy I played with so much. I think he was the first human to be released in that toy line. If he wasn't, he was the first one I got, for sure. And so whereas my turtles kind of lived in the early days, like right when they were coming out in their own world, Casey Jones would go after everybody. So he'd fight my LJN wrestlers. He'd just beat Iron Sheik with his baseball bat. He would fight the Hasbro wrestlers. He would fight G.I. Joe. I remember having him just take his baseball bat and like beating up a his tank. He would go with Optimus Prime on missions. My Casey would just go around and be like in everything. So the original toy of this I played with so much, and I think this just came out exceptional. I love the paint on it. I love the way the weapons work. I just think it's great. I mean, I really, really like this figure. My highest rated Super 7 figure of the year, and my highest rated Turtles figure of the year so far, first 6 months. I know that gives away where we're going from here. But this guy's exceptional. You can get him for under $40 on Amazon pretty frequently. He's definitely worth it. If you just want a single Super 7 representation, you like Casey Jones, that's a good one to get. So number 3, Antrax number 4. Number 3, Casey Jones. Now we move to final 2. Number 2, our only 6 scale figure so far, and this is a figure I just opened. And this is the Asmus Toys, Asmus Web exclusive, Bilbo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. You see he's got the ring on his finger. See that head sculpt is great. Fully tailored coat, buttons, soft goods, inside vest. He's got an ascot on, a drop the book. He's got just so much going on, and I think the head sculpt is probably the best Asmus has done. It also came, I don't know if it was just exclusive to their website, or I don't know if this figure was exclusive to their website, but he came with the screaming head where he's like trying to get the ring back from Frodo. And that's an amazing head sculpt. I posted on my Instagram. You can look at that. This guy is so good. Of course, Lord of the Rings, my number 1 fandom, and Bilbo, my all-time number 1, because Hobbit is my very favorite thing. So Bilbo, the first real fictional character that I related to, I wanted to be like, and so forth. So this old man Bilbo is just truly exceptional. I have picked up other 6 scale figures this year. 3-0 came with Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones. I've added Cedric Diggory, that's Star Ace for Harry Potter. That figure's actually pretty good for Star Ace. They're not the best. The Sansa looks good. And then I've added the 3-0 Power Rangers. I think it's 3-0 that makes that. And the 3-0 G.I. Joe. All of those are really good, especially the Power Rangers. You can get them for like $80 on Entertainment Earth, or you could. And they're great. They're really great for that price point. But none of them are better than these. None of them I'm playing much with. I just pose and display. But that 3-0 Storm Shadow came close. But this is by far my favorite 6 scale figure that I've picked up this year. Bilbo. Just opened that up just recently in the last week. And then our number 1 figure, probably not surprising to anyone, the G.I. Joe Classified Series Bat. This guy's awesome. He is awesome. He has all the interchangeable hand pieces, right? So you've got the like blaster gun, you've got the flamethrower, you have the hook, claw hook thing. You put his regular hands on him. He's got a pistol. He has a solid black chest plate. He also has a battle damage chest plate and a battle damage head. And then underneath he has the gears. And there are so many cool 3D print people doing stuff for this character. So I've got a number of different colors of the chest plate. I've got opaque ones, see-through ones, red ones, yellow ones, some with the Cobra logo, different heads. People are making different arm attachments. I didn't put any of those out here because that's not what the figure comes with. It adds to the playability for me, but you got to spend money to get those things too. But just the way he comes, I think he's the best commercial domestic figure of the year, of all of them. And not that I've handled everything, but I think he's better than any Marvel Legend. I like the Master Universe Revelation line. I've got all of those. He's better than any of those. And some of those are pretty good. That new Beastman is a great figure. He's better than any other G.I. Joe. He's just incredible. He's so much fun to play with. Of all the toys I have, these guys are the ones I've actually played with the most. Legitimately played with and spent time messing around, changing parts out, taking pictures with, setting up and scenes. I have so many of them. I think I have like 25, which is too many. Don't get that many. But they're just incredible. And I'm very excited for the other versions of the Bats, the other versions of the Vipers coming out. They're doing a lot with the Army Build stuff, which is dangerous for an Army builder like me. I don't know how many more I can do because I already have 24 Troopers. And I have a bunch of regular Vipers, 6 or 8 regular Vipers. I have some of the Cobra Island Troopers. I have a bunch of Alley Vipers, a bunch of Bats. I just can't buy all of them, so I got to be careful with that. But this guy, my number one figure of the year, and he may stay there. I'm trying to think of what is coming out in the second half of the year when I think about what could supplant some of these to take spots on the list. I would say I don't have my G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow yet. I know a lot of people are getting that in my pre-order from, I think I got it from Hasbro. Pulse hasn't been filled. I don't have any of that wave, so the Cobra Officer may be pretty good. There's a lot of good G.I. Joe figures coming, but I think that Storm Shadow Crocmaster is in my pile of loot. That could be a good one. So I think there are some G.I. Joe ones that can move in and out of this list. Let's see what else. From NECA, Usagi. I actually already have Usagi. He would be on this list, except I did not get him through traditional means. I did order him internationally, but my NECA pre-order will get filled eventually. He's wonderful. That is a wonderful, wonderful figure. He will definitely be taking a push at this list. He probably would have knocked out the Toka, if nothing else. Super 7. There's Krang coming in Wave 5. I don't know if that's going to get out by the end of the year. They just moved all their pre-orders out. But that's certainly definitely a one that has a chance to move on to this list. I don't remember what else was in Wave 5. The Thunder Tank could show up. I don't know if that counts or not, but that thing's going to be incredible. I do have that third-party turtle van that's really good. I don't think we'll get any of the other turtle vans this year. Thundercats, I don't think there's anything that's coming. I don't know. I think, there is some good Dragon Ball figures coming. There's certainly some good Dragon Ball figures coming. You got the new movie stuff coming out. There was the Frieza, there was Krillin, there's Dodoria, which Dodoria is pretty good, but not a lot of articulation. Trying to remember what else is coming, but I think there are some good Dragon Ball things that I have on pre-order. Like if Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta shows up for the end of the year, that figure looks great. So I could see some Dragon Ball stuff displacing this. Now, we also have the other anime things we get, the Amazing Yamaguchi, My Hero Academia. I don't think Figma's making My Hero anymore. They don't seem to. And we're getting the Buzz Mod Demon Slayer. I just don't know that any of those have released this year. Like, those Buzz Mod Demon Slayer figures are some of the best figures I've ever encountered. They're very expensive. They're over $150, I think. But they're like Nezuko meets Figuarts. So they have soft goods, lots of soft goods, lots of cool effects, but really good articulation. I just don't know of the three that I would have picked, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, or Nezuko. Those are the ones I would have picked. I'm not sure that any of them came out this year. But there are more coming. Like when the Boy, when Inosuke comes out, he's probably going to be on this list. So this list will evolve a little bit. I imagine these guys in the top 4 spots are probably going to hold on, but there's a lot of good stuff coming. So we'll see what happens. So this is my top 10 list, a bonus episode. I just wanted to share some love, share some positivity. Remember, be kind to your folks out there. It's challenging for everybody, and it has been for several years. But really focus on being a positive spot in people's lives, lift people up, and let them know that you care about them if you get a chance. Let some folks know that you care about them. There's been a lot of sad things that have happened, and I just saw just today or yesterday that one of the security folks that we met was very kind to us at ICCC lost their life suddenly in an act of violence yesterday. And it's very, very sad. It's very sad. So, things like that start getting closer and closer to home, and it really impacts you. So just be kind to people, show love to people, be positive, try to be dub fit with everybody. And remember, the challenge for the second half of this year is to help build other people up as well as ourselves. So that's my top 10 list. I hope you enjoyed the bonus episode. Try to give you something extra because it's, it's that time of year. So I will talk to you next time. Remember to subscribe, all that great stuff. Until then, squeeze it.